We have broccoli, it comes up, but we don't harvest it because it seems like the bugs like to eat the broccoli. If we let them eat the broccoli, they leave the other stuff alone. I don't know, they eat the broccoli, but they don't bother the other stuff. It's a generational thing. I remember being in the fields with uncles and aunts and grandparents and stuff that aren't here anymore. And it's kind of a way to, doing the things we did. Then I feel like, I'm kind of carrying on the things. But yeah, it's an intergenerational thing. I'm hoping my kids, my oldest boy and oldest daughter, to them, they just always thought of it as work. It was like doing a chore, and I try to get them out there. And they don't mind eating the strawberries, they don't mind eating the tomatoes, but the being out under the sun, I don't know, it's a different mentality for them than it is for me.
I have basil, tomatoes, lettuce, peppers, carrots, broccoli, 2 cauliflowers barely hanging on, was Brussels sprouts that are on their way out, whole beans, parsley, rosemary, chives, thyme, rosemary. No, Michelle Schweitzer gave it to me. That's for the pole beans to grill up on.
I have a small salsa garden, tomatoes, peppers, onions, cilantro, some basil, some garlic.
Yeah, we love the gardens. I think everyone's done a great job.
They all look really nice.
Yeah. I live in a loft uptown, so one of the reasons I wanted to grow my own flowers, because I enjoy flowers at home that aren't commercially produced, so I wanted to grow my own. Okay, I work in Columbus also, and I work 50 to 60 hours a week. So everyone's really taking care of my garden. I mean, I come deadhead and do, okay, Chuck has, and Michelle. And Perry. Wise has been very nice because I'm a very busy person.
Yeah, let's get that. Perry Wise, a very nice guy.
Between there and my flower shop here, I'm totally exhausted.
I heard about the the community garden. I guess it was first in the paper, and then I don't regularly get the paper, so I was just kind of looking up where the spot would be and came by and saw him working one evening, my son and I, and we said, oh, I think, can we help? So we started to help build some of these, and then got connected and got the information and got a plot. And I love gardening. I used to have a garden myself out in the country, but I moved to Urbana about a year ago, and my apartment, which we actually could have a garden, but it's all shaded, so that's not conducive to vegetable growing, though I do have a lot of flowers there. But all my vegetables are up here, and I love to grow tomatoes because I like to make salsa. And I have banana peppers, broccoli, okra, and lots of people don't know what to do with okra, but I like to put it in potatoes. And I lived in the South for 12 years, so okra is big in Texas anyway. And I have eggplant at the other end, though no eggplant has appeared on there yet, so I'm not sure when eggplant actually develops. But I have quite a crop of tomatoes here. I planted them too thick actually, because I bought 18 plants and I figured, oh, some of them will die, but no one died. So they're very thick, and I actually had to have Charlene, she's the master gardener, show me how to prune, because I'd never pruned tomatoes, because they actually do need some airflow in there and sunshine to ripen and not get funguses and other various diseases, I guess. And I did the method where I put down newspaper. I put a thin layer of newspaper, you wet it, and then I put straw on top. And this is a mulching way. Instead of like instead of wood mulch, I use this, and it keeps it moist. I maybe only have to water once a week, and it's still moist under there even when it's 90 degrees for a week. And it shades the earth, so you do keep your moisture in there. And the regular rainwater goes right to the roots also. And there's hardly any weeding. So this is the lazy man's way to garden. I love it. Well, I was interested in the garden because of the community aspect. I have met people. There's neighbors here. There's Evelyn next door and Janet over here. Then there's people that have walked through. And I've already given this one guy basil, because he said, well, who's planting this? What's it for? And explained that. And last week my daughter and I were here, and a lady drove up in her car and came over, and she said, tell me how to make these. I want to make one at home because I have a bad back. I can't bend over. And I said, this is great. You can just sit along the edge and reach, because you don't make them very wide, and you can reach your plants without really a strain on your back. So I know the guys over here play basketball. They come over and get water, and they kind of watch what we're doing. And I think there's been a lot of community interest. People do kind of they're shy at first, come up and, well, what's this all about? Who can have one here? And that sort of thing. So actually I think this year they ran out of plots. They could have probably had 5 to 10 more people that were willing to do the garden, but that's good. You'd rather have, next year maybe it will be expanded, and more the merrier. So I think it's been very successful, and it's beautiful, and it is good for the community having it next to the farmer's market. People will come over and just check it out. I think all my tomatoes, I usually make salsa. And I'll probably have to can some. I give away a lot of tomatoes. I plan on giving away a lot. Family and whoever wants them, I'll take them to work. You've seen that before at work. People bring in bags of tomatoes. Who wants this? But try to use a lot in food. But I'm only one person. I can only eat so much. So it's just fun to grow. I mean, it's just fun to grow vegetables. I like it.
Hello, I'm Barb Markley, and I'm Chris's sister from Beaver Creek. And my sister and I grew up on a dairy farm, and we had a huge garden, and we remember hoeing for sure the corn that extended, it seemed like, for miles, and strawberry picking and all those kind of fun things you do when you have a garden on a farm the size we did. One of the gardening things that I've been a part of for the last 5 years is Simon Kenton, which is in Xenia, in elementary school. We started a gardening club for kids. And so we have a vegetable garden, and we also have the flowers too. We have 5 different beds, and last year we were able to take all the different vegetables and make soup, which was really neat for the kids.
So then just who you are, how you heard about the garden, and why you're here.
Okay. I'm Doug Crable. I work for the city in the administration office. I actually have a background in horticulture, so this is kind of right up my alley, but I've never vegetable gardened before, so this is kind of new in that world. I've done landscaping and flower gardening and that kind of stuff for years, professional landscaping, but never had a vegetable garden, so it's a real change for me. Through the efforts that Activate Champaign County had with the city in the last year or two to get the garden started, and all the partnerships involved in that, and being an employee of the city, just kind of knowing how the partnership was evolving. I think I have 6 tomato plants total, a couple heirlooms, aroma, and cherry tomato as well. And then so far I've been getting zucchini quite prolifically so far. That's the only thing I've actually picked so far. And then I want to say eggplant, a couple of different types of squash, cucumber, watermelon, and peppers. I think that's pretty much what's here. So, well, some of the people that have plots I know already, but there's some new people I've met. I met one of the neighbors the other night. She stopped by and talked to me about the zucchini plant that I have, and kind of gave me some tips on when to pick it so I'd get a better plant. So I think it kind of promotes that neighborhood interaction, and then also meeting new people that have plots here in the garden. So I think it's interesting just to see that not everybody's from the neighborhood, and it's kind of bringing people down here, and I think it does kind of build community, and I think as this one's successful, I think it'll be able to be adapted other places in the city, and essentially do the same thing and just kind of grow from there. So kind of exciting in that sense. It seems like some of the larger cities have really made an effort to have community gardening, and have been real successful with that, bringing neighborhoods together, and community together. So I think that could happen here too. Yeah, I think it'd be a good place to start if you've never gardened before. I think with the support that's provided by people like Charlene and all the partnerships involved in this, I think it's anybody can be successful, I think, at having a plot here. So I think it's a good place to start, and hopefully it'll grow from this plot to other places too. So
I'm just here because it's quite a joy to do, so.